If you ever heard creepy music coming from the woods in the middle of the night where you live, would you open your door to investigate? Well, I did, and I wish I didn't. I live alone in a small house deep in the woods. There are no neighbors nearby, no streetlights, and no cars passing by at night. Once the sun goes down, it gets so quiet out here that you can hear the trees creak when the wind moves through them. One night, though, that silence was interrupted by the creepiest sound I have ever heard. I was getting ready for bed when I heard something faint outside. It was music. At first, I thought I was imagining it. It was so quiet I almost missed it. But when I stood still and listened, I heard it again. A slow, haunting little tune drifting through the trees. It sounded like one of those old Jack-in-the-Box songs, the kind that plays right before something pops out. I told myself there has to be a normal explanation. Maybe a toy, maybe someone's radio, but then I remember where I was. There was no kids out here, there's no other houses around, no one close enough to me to hear music from their property. So I walked to the front door. I know that sounds so stupid, but at the time I just wanted to prove to myself that I wasn't losing my mind. I unlocked the door and opened it a few inches. The second I did, the music got louder. It was coming from somewhere in the woods. I stood there frozen, staring into the dark, listening to that same little tune repeat over and over. Then it stopped. And somehow the silence was worse. For a few seconds I didn't hear anything. Then something crashed through the woods about 20 yards from my house. Not a branch snapping, not like a small animal moving through the woods. This was heavy, like something large that had just moved through the trees. I slammed the door shut, locked it, and backed away from it. Then I ran upstairs, shut off every light, and sat in my bedroom with my back against the wall. I was breathing so heavy, but trying to do it as silently as I could. I was on edge, waiting to hear anything else outside. Music or something crashing through the woods. For about 10 minutes, nothing happened. No music, no sound from the woods. Just the silence I came to know, living alone out here. I finally breathed a loud sigh of relief. Then, my doorbell rang. Once, twice, then 3 times. Terror gripped my body. I stayed completely still. My bedroom was dark, but I kept staring toward the hallway like I expected someone to come running up the stairs. Then came the knocks, 3 of them. Slow, heavy, and deliberate. I didn't dare move. I don't know how long I sat there. It felt like forever, though. Eventually, the silence took over again. No music, no knocking, no doorbell, nothing. After a while, I forced myself to go downstairs. I didn't open the door. I went straight to the security monitor. I needed to know who had been standing on my porch. But when I pulled up the footage, I felt sick. The camera had recorded everything. The ring of the doorbell, the knocks that echoed through the house, the trees outside that shifted in the wind. But no one was there. No person, no nothing. Well, not exactly. There was something. And what I saw made my blood run cold. I saw a tall, dark shadow figure at the door. I have an HD camera too, so I know it wasn't just a distortion in the picture. It was very clearly some shadow at my door. I ran back up to my room and slammed my bedroom door shut. I didn't go back to sleep that night at all. The next night, I heard the music again. This time, it was closer. I didn't hear any crashing through the trees, though. When the music stopped, I did hear, however, whistling, and it was getting closer to my house. Once again, my doorbell rang. This time, I mustered enough courage to run downstairs and view the security camera. Again, there was just a shadow at my door. Then 3 loud knocks followed by whistling. This time, in fear and panic, I yelled, "Go away," before I called the cops. The whistling continued, and 3 more loud knocks came. I scrambled to find my phone and dialed 911 as fast as I could. By the time the cops came, nothing was there, of course. It was really windy that day, so when the cops came, they just blamed what I heard on the wind, and possibly the limbs falling down on my roof from it. I know what I heard, though. I know what I saw. I showed the cops the video footage even, and they said it could just be something wrong with the video, and laughed it off. After they left, I locked myself in my bedroom. I tried staying awake, but fell asleep from exhaustion. The next morning, I came downstairs to find my front door wide open. I checked the video again, and what I seen was the shadow approach my door open, and the shadow figure enter the house. That was it for me. I got the heck out of there and went to stay with a family for a bit. Then a few weeks later, I put the house up for sale and moved out. What would you have done if this happened to you?